Yes, brother, this is Shay. The question we're answering in this video is sex anxiety permanent? Is sex anxiety permanent? And I have some good news and some bad news for you. First up, if you find this video helpful today, in the bottom right, you will see a red box that says subscribe. Click on that box so that you can get the latest videos and tools as I share them. So this is a pretty important question, right? And it's one that can haunt us, especially when we're experiencing sexual performance anxiety or erection problems. What's wrong with me, and is this permanent? Now, let's start with the good news. The good news is, we can take a big breath and release here, is that it is not permanent. Sex anxiety is not permanent. And I'll come to why that is in a moment. The bad news, it can feel like it is permanent when we don't have the right tools and strategies. That's the bad news, that this does feel like it's permanent when we don't have the right tools and strategies. So let me explain what I mean by that. When we don't have the right tools and strategies, we stay stuck. And we're searching for endless amounts of information. And the reason why we stay stuck is because this information is online. We can watch countless YouTube videos, read countless articles on what it may be, causes, is it medical, what's going on, what's wrong with me. And there's this constant feed of information. But it's stuff that, honestly, we have to ask ourselves this important question: is it helping? Has this really changed things for me over time, or do I feel like I'm doing something and moving forward because I'm taking on all this information? But in reality, the real experience is that things are about the same. So if that is the case, if you can answer yes to that question, I know I was in that space for a long time too. First, not wanting to talk to anybody about it, and then second, taking on masses of new amounts of information, which was helpful, but it didn't actually move me forward. It's kind of like riding a bike. We can read thousands of books on riding a bike, but until we actually get on the bike and ride it, we're not going to know. So how do we get the right tools and strategies? Well, this, for example, for my journey, it took me years to figure out what were the things that worked and what was the stuff that didn't work, because most of the stuff didn't work. Now, I'd like to invite you to what I call the performance anxiety quiz, because this does not need to take you years anymore, right? You can learn from people that have been through the pain. Perhaps you've already been experiencing this for years. It doesn't need to take you any more years to get this sorted, definitely not. So I would like to share the performance anxiety quiz with you, which is 10 simple yes or no questions that you answer. This is a free quiz based on my own experience and based on hundreds of conversations that I've had with guys around the world by now of who have experienced performance anxiety and of how they overcame it. So these 10 questions will then show you your personal score. I will then send you a free guide that explains how to get to the bottom of what is going on so that you can get sex anxiety sorted and start to feel normal again. This does not need to be permanent. That's the good news. The bad news is when we don't have the right tools and strategies, it can feel like it is permanent because we just feel stuck with information overload. The even better news then is that you're in the right place to get this sorted. So head below into the comments, you'll see the link to the performance anxiety quiz. Click on that link, it will take you straight to the page where you can answer the first question. You will then see your score, and I will send you your free guide so that you can get to the bottom of this and get it sorted. Head below now, click on that link, and I will see you at the quiz.